Okay, Scott, here's what we've done for your Model T. We got good tires on it so it rolls and maneuvers easily. So at that point, I changed the oil. We've got fresh oil in the engine. I put on your coil box, and I put on a better timer harness, and I put on a better timer. So now we've got spark on all 4 cylinders at the correct time. Then I went through and cleaned up all the battery cables, ground cables and now when you put a battery in this thing, it will crank. The only problem is it would run, except I can show you something here. The manifolds are all jammed up with mud dauber nests. So before you start this thing, you need to pull these manifolds off and clean them out. Otherwise, you're going to suck all kinds of garbage into your engine. It seems to have compression on all 4 holes. And when I tried to start it, it would try to start, but I didn't realize this. So it will run once you clean these manifolds out and get your carburetor on it. I would recommend that you take the rear end out and replace the thrust washers in the rear axle. This is a common problem with the Model Ts that has never been worked on. They're made of die-cast metal, and if you get this thing running and drive it about 100 yards, they're going to disintegrate and break your ring and pinion gear. You don't want that. So that's one of the first things that needs to be done before you drive this car, is take that rear end out and use the Model T Ford Club Ruxtol manual to rebuild that rear end. So, but it will run. I don't want to start it with all that trash in the manifolds. So all the rest of the adjustments for the clutch and the bands are all good. Your handbrake quadrant wouldn't hold it in park, so I had to change the quadrant and repair the pawl on the brake lever so this thing will hold it in park and neutral. So I've adjusted all that. The band adjustment was perfect. I never had to touch that. But the handbrake was in a lot of trouble. But all that's been adjusted. So if you get those manifolds cleaned out, put a good carburetor on this thing, it will run. And you've got fresh oil in the engine. Once you get it running, you better take out that rear end and fix it before you drive it. Because if that rear end breaks, then you have